We're going to start the fight with Duoksini on Calamity 6. It's important to consider the fact that Duoksini is a very annoying boss. He's considered the second hardest boss in the game after Gumiho, and we're about to see why. Now let me just address that it's so annoying that the game always starts you without boss vision on, and in case of an awakened wizard, without my summon. Why would I not want boss vision, and why would I not want my summon to be on when it increases my DPS? In any case, I am intentionally dragging Duoksini to one end of the arena. It doesn't really matter which one. The point of this is that after a certain amount of HP has been subtracted of his, and that's usually around 20%, he's going to start to place fire circles on the ground, which are going to stay there for a very long time. The websites say that they stay for the duration of the whole fight. That is one of the many things that is not correct. They will disappear after some time, but that time's a lot. We're talking maybe 4 or 5 minutes at the very least. So most of them will stay where they are. So it is smart to pull him away from the center, because later on some of the mechanics will require him to appear right in the middle again, and that is where you don't want so many flames because they stack damage. So you see the first circle of flames has appeared. He's also beginning to summon other flames, and these little flames that he's summoning, those are the ones you definitely want to destroy, because they will, the blue ones at least, start summoning little assholes who will heal the boss constantly. So you have to destroy them. If they summon someone and you still destroy the flame, the summoned guy also disappears. The second type of summon that he does is the yellow one. Now the yellow flames I personally find a lot more annoying because there's more of them, and as a result of that, what effectively happens is they will first be away from him, as you can see, but will start moving towards Duoksini, and if they hit him, they are actually going to heal him. The next attack you're seeing here is one where he bashes the ground. That attack's very dangerous, and as most of his attacks, you can just use iframes to avoid it. I have not managed to get all the yellow flames, and you can see that he got a buff on his DP, so he takes a lot less damage right now. But he also got healed for a part of the damage that he had taken before. That is in any case pretty bad. Here he goes again with the blue flames, and unfortunately this is down to luck. He might spam these attacks very often. So you will have to spend a lot of time chasing these stupid flames, and as you saw, one of the flames even summoned one of the guys who started healing him, but I evaded it. Next up you see the attack where he spreads his arms and starts sucking everything towards himself. You want to run away from this attack. In my case, I usually teleport away, because it will actually suck you in and kill you. It's a very dangerous attack, and it kind of staggers you, so you can't really do anything if it starts sucking you in too strongly, which is once you pass about half of the threshold of the indicator on the ground. The next thing that you will have noticed is happening the whole time is there are small blue circles appearing every 30 to 45 seconds underneath where your character stands, like the one right now. These will do constantly, and they do a lot of damage. You have to avoid them. They killed me a bunch of times. They're small, they're really annoying. Now we enter the phase where Duoksini is essentially doing this thing in the center of the screen, and what you need to do is look above his head. You will see that he has an indicator. In my case, it was this red indicator, the same one you see on this noob here, and this tells you that you have to go and kill the red mage. Red mage always appears on the right side relative from where Duoksini is looking. In this case, it was my left. The blue mage is on the other side, so if you see the indicator over his head, you know where to go and kill the mage as quickly as possible, because these two guys are actually healing the boss. If you do kill the mage on time, Duoksini will get stunned for a while. You can do a little bit of damage. And then I do this stupid thing where I try to transfer my Black Spirit's Rage, but it doesn't matter. I pulled him to the other end of the map now. He's summoning blue flames again. And as you can see, these blue flames can actually, if you are unlucky, go outside of the map if you pull him too close. That's why I'm kind of concerned about this, and I'm not putting him too close to the edge. Because if this happens, the blue flames will actually summon guys who heal him, and you can't do anything to prevent it. He's again doing the attack where he spreads out his arms and tries to suck me in, so this is where I'm running away and the fight continues. Essentially, the whole battle consists of you trying to distribute the flames that he places underneath you. You see the red circles, not red, sorry, the blue circles, and you are trying not to stack them, because if they do stack, their damage increases substantially. You don't want to have that. This attack that you just seen is yet another one that you can evade with iframes. He will kind of get somewhat stunned after it for a second. He just does it himself, and then he stays for a while. It's not a big deal. You can give him some damage. And don't forget the flames. Honestly, the flames are the most important thing. The ones that he summons that run around, especially the blue ones. because if you let them live, they will keep summoning guys who will keep healing him, and at some point they will absolutely overheal any damage that you do. And I know it's annoying to have to chase the stupid flames all the time, but this is it. That's why I said luck plays a role here, because in some occasions he'll do this a lot more. I've had cases where he does it in succession, one after another. He would summon 3-4 times flames. It's extremely annoying. Here we go again with the blue flames. The blue flames, for some classes, much easier to deal with. For wizards like me, not so much. The problem is that they're pretty strong on Calamity 6 as well. They have a lot of HP, so you can't just kill all of them with one hit. So you gotta chase them and work with them. If you can, try to do so around the boss so that you can effectively do some damage on him as well. But at the end of the day, ironically, the flames are more important than the boss, because if you prevent him from healing and buffing so much, you can still grind him down. And here we come to the next part, what the websites tell you, and it's true. I've read on a website that this boss has a timer, and if you don't kill him within, I think it was 8 seconds and a half, something like that, you're actually gonna die. That's not true at all. He doesn't have a timer whatsoever. This fight could go for an hour, you would still win. I did him, I think, my first time for 10 minutes and 30 seconds because I had such bad luck. And even here, it's not particularly a good time, but the point is that I did this more for this recording. I didn't need it, so I was kind of half-hearted. But it is good that the fight lasts longer because I can show you all these mechanics very clearly. Here we go. He's going for the last mechanic where he's going to be summoning mages again. And these ones are very annoying. They're spread all over the arena. You see this little guy. And if you pay attention to the lights that are moving in circles around this stuff, you don't want that. You want the lights to be entering his stuff. So that one was the wrong one that I killed. This one, on the other end, you see the lights are going inside. It's a bit hard to see. Try to rewind, pay attention. And when there's chaos ensuing, you won't have that much time. In my case, what I do is I just rush them. They don't have a lot of HP. I just go for the first one. If it's not him, I go for another one. And I just hope to get lucky, which usually is enough for me. I usually do get lucky. And in this case, you saw it was the second guy. Another time was the first guy. It's not a big deal. It's not hard. You can, it won't make that much of a difference. So if you want and have the possibility, pay attention to the flames. For me personally, it's just easier and faster to not pay attention whatsoever and instead just go for the stupid guys and kill all of them indiscriminately. They're all enemies anyway. Now what he has not done yet, but I think will do in this fight, he has an attack where he... there we go. Where he summons soldiers. And these are just some weak NPC kind of mobs. They don't do anything specific. They're just supposed to annoy you. Honestly, I completely ignore them. And my AoE attacks do all the work. I don't think they even hit me. You see that they're slow, they're kind of lame, they're not threatening in any way. And this is my advice for you too. Do not spend even a second bothering with these guys. Just keep moving, keep attacking the boss. The way this fight is designed, with all these explosions appearing underneath you, with the fire circles appearing underneath you, you are essentially supposed to move the whole time. It's supposed to be a constant dance, and that's what you're going to be doing. So these little mobs, they won't be able to catch you unless you're standing still. And trust me, if you just stand still and wait, you're going to die by some other means rather than the mobs killing you. They're not a problem. They're not the thing you should be afraid of. So by this point of the fight, he's been very generous with me and has not been summoning any flames for quite a while. So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is it. He's giving me a break. He's going to let me kill him. And then he goes summoning flames. But the fact of the matter is that in this case, the yellow flames, they appear, but the game still gives you some seconds to actually prevent this from happening. So what essentially happened here is I managed to kill him before the flames got inside of him. And honestly, even if they had, I think I was still going to be able to kill him without problems. So as you have seen, this fight is one that requires you to be patient. Take your time, don't rush things, don't be in a hurry. Be very careful with all the circles. Just the whole thing is that the game tries to overwhelm you with a lot of things happening all at once. But once you get used to this tango, you're gonna have no problems with this boss.